This video is brought to you by Captivating History. When we discuss the history of India, we are not talking only about the area of the world where the modern Republic of India is situated. Instead, the area known as the Indian subcontinent has a shared history going back many millennia. However, as we will discuss, the division of the area into Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan is relatively recent. The Indian subcontinent was attractive to human settlement from the earliest days of civilization and forward. It is sheltered from the cold winds by the Himalayas and contains many rivers, which facilitated early efforts at irrigation. In addition, the mountains and rivers helped make areas of the country defensible against nomads and marauders. Therefore, it became a center of early and advanced civilization. In the 3rd millennium BCE, the Indus civilization rose in the area, still known today as the Indus Valley. It reached its peak between 2800 BC and 1800 BC. They were as advanced as any other civilization of the time and participated in trade networks reaching as far as the Middle East. It is important to place this civilization in the context of the time. It was one of the 3 earliest points of large-scale sedentary settlement, alongside Mesopotamia and the Nile. Just like those areas, the Indus River was the basis for the booming of permanent agricultural centers. However, the early civilization was also unmistakably Indian. The bull was a significant icon, alongside the tiger and elephant. And while we don't know what they called their gods, some of their statues and icons feature characters similar to the yogi god of the seals and the Shiva Linga, all familiar icons throughout the region's history. Archaeological excavations reveal the ruins of a prosperous civilization with extensive urban planning and well-built structures. But, unfortunately, a series of natural disasters eventually brought an end to this impressive civilization around 1300 BCE. 2,000 years later, a second regional culture arose around the Ganges River. The sedentary population in the Ganges depended heavily on rice cultivation for subsistence and development. In many other parts of the subcontinent, tribal nomadic societies formed the core of the population. Unfortunately, there are no written records of these earliest settlements, and we depend exclusively on archaeological findings for information on the period. The earliest known written source of the region is the large body of Sanskrit literature known as the Rig Veda. Due to its importance, early Indian history is usually divided into the pre-Vedic and Vedic periods. During the Vedic period, a group of nomads known as the Indo-Aryan people came into the subcontinent from Central Asia. Using new technological innovations, such as the chariot, they soon dominated northern India. The writings were emblematic of the culture of the invading peoples. They also proved highly influential to the development of the culture in the subcontinent from then on out. For example, the strict Aryan perception of social class distinction is at the root of the later development of the caste system. Already at this point, 4 social classes can be detected. The combination of pre-Vedic and post-Vedic religious elements into one tradition led to the creation of the Hindu religion. Today, it is practiced by well over 1 billion people worldwide. They would coalesce into the Brahmins, the priestly people at the top of the social structure. Directly under them were the Kshatriyas, a class of warriors and administrators. The third class were the Vaishyas, the farmers and professionals of various kinds. Finally, at the bottom were the Shudras, who were the laboring class. Anyone left out of the order was considered tainted and untouchable. Despite attempts by current Indian government to struggle against this system, it persists in various ways today. During the Vedic period, the small fiefdoms that dominated the area became large political entities with complex bureaucracies. These entities were called Janapadas. Some were monarchies, while others were proto-republics. In terms of technology and lifestyle, it was during this period that India transitioned into the Iron Age. Eventually, the Janapadas gave way to the larger and more powerful Mahajanapada kingdoms. Around 600 BCE, a series of significant changes occurred in Indian society. First, substantial urbanization began, particularly around the Ganges. With it came new ideas and philosophies. The most important among them was the Shramana, which means one who labors, toils, or exerts themselves. These traditions of asceticism gave birth to the religions of Buddhism and Jainism. It also played an essential role in developing the yogic principles, meaning principles of unity, which led to the modern practice of yoga. Meanwhile, Hindu culture cemented into a more coherent set of principles. Between the 3rd century BCE and the 3rd century AD, the highly influential Sanskrit epic, the Mahabharata, was compiled. During this period of cultural transformation, the first Indian empires formed. The Shunga Empire gave way to the Satavahana Empire, and so on. During that time, the fortunes of Hinduism and Buddhism changed as different rulers adopted varying religious and political approaches. In the 7th century, India began its long engagement with Islam. Through a combination of invasions and cultural influence, Islam became a strong religious and political presence in the subcontinent. The most potent Islamic kingdom in the subcontinent was the Mughal kingdom, which, at its peak, united all of India under one ruler. This empire had outstanding accomplishments. Perhaps the most famous among them is the glorious Taj Mahal. The spectacular tomb is one of the pinnacles of architecture and a testament to the influence of Islam on subcontinent culture. However, as Islamic power waned globally, the power of European colonialism rose correspondingly. European navies and traders cornered international maritime trade. It was not long before the English discovered the wonders of Indian spices and textiles and incorporated the subcontinent into international trade. In 1600, London traders formed the English East India Company to gain supremacy in regional trade. It formed alliances with local rules and even went to war to outright conquer the country's swaths. This grew into official colonialism when the British Empire established the British Raj in 1858. Many in India were unhappy with British colonial oppression. As a result, various uprisings had to be suppressed by the Raj. In 1885, the National Congress was formed. It proved the most important political party to oppose colonialism and played an essential role in shaping independent India. As the Indian independence movement grew, it produced Mahatma Gandhi, one of the most important figures of modern history. The movement he led fought against colonialism through nonviolent means. Elements such as civil disobedience and non-cooperation helped erode the British hold over the subcontinent. They would also inspire other successful struggles against oppression, such as the Civil Rights Movement in the United States and the fight against apartheid in South Africa. After World War II, the British liquidated much of their empire. Indian independence was imminent. However, the people of the subcontinent did not get to enjoy their newfound freedom. Many Muslim residents of India were concerned that they would become a persecuted minority in a majority Hindu country. Therefore, the Muslim League lobbied to partition the Indian subcontinent into 2 countries. The British agreed to partition and left the area behind. The newly independent country of India and the Muslim Republic of Pakistan went to war in 1947 over the disputed provinces of Kashmir and Jammu. During the war, massive forced and voluntary migration occurred as people felt unsafe in their homes, seeking protection within their own communities. As a result, many Muslims escaped to Pakistan, and Hindus gravitated towards India. India won the war, but the Muslim majority population of Kashmir and the government of Pakistan did not accept the outcome. They would continue to clash over the fate of the province. However, Pakistan had other problems to deal with. The Bengali population revolted against the central government. With help from India, the people of the area, formerly designated as East Pakistan, declared independence and established Bangladesh. In more recent years, India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan have faced new challenges. Globalization has transformed their societies and brought relentless change to the subcontinent. Yet, through it all, the region's people have continued to hold on to their traditions and cultures while acclimating to the 21st century. India remains one of the most influential centers shaping the globe. By the middle of this century, India will be the most populous country globally, and the massive influence of the area on international affairs is sure to continue. To learn more about the history of India, check out our book, History of India, a captivating guide to ancient India, medieval Indian history, and modern India, including stories of the Maurya Empire, the British Raj, Mahatma Gandhi, and more. It's available as an ebook, paperback, and audiobook. Also, grab your Mythology bundle ebook for free while it's still available. All links are in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.